Well, Alex Neil, it's another extraordinary afternoon in the Championship, not least with Norwich City. What's your overwhelming emotion after that?
Disappointment, really. You know, the fact that we're leading the game 1-0 with 5 minutes to go, I would fully expected us to see the game out. So, disappointment.
Why do you think you didn't see the game out? Because the players, they gave it everything, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, and to be honest, in the main we looked relatively comfortable. You know, I think Rotherham had one clear chance with Derbyshire and probably should have scored. We switched off. I think it was a long ball and behind Seb down the left-hand side, and we didn't deal with it well enough, and they created a good opportunity. But I thought, considering we had 10 men for the vast majority of the game, defensively they did well, but the last goal we just sort of crept out, and the ball gets put in behind us, and then it was a sort of fortunate break of the ball for their player, and he's clipped it up and they've managed to score. So extremely disappointing from their point of view, particularly the fact that we managed to take the lead against the odds, and I thought the boys, they stuck to their task and worked really hard in the game.
I don't know whether you were in touch with what was happening elsewhere during the afternoon, but you see that Fulham have beaten Middlesbrough, and does that make that result even more difficult to take?
It's difficult to take in any respect anyway, you know, because we wanted to win the game, but Lewis obviously getting sent off gave us a mountain to climb, because it's extremely difficult, particularly away from home, when you get 10 men to win games. So that in itself was a real problem for us, but I thought we overcame that really well. And then to concede that type of goal at the end was, extremely disappointing.
There seemed to be a great deal of shock amongst the crowd when the red card came out for Lewis Grab, and I don't know whether you've had a chance to see it again, and you can explain what your view of that is.
No, I haven't looked at it yet, but if Lewis is deemed to be guilty, then obviously that's something we'll deal with, and I'll be extremely sort of disappointed if that is the case. But at the start, no, I actually thought their player was getting booked. You know, I seen Lewis taking the ball, and I think he dropped it off, and he was going to spin in behind, and it looked as if the player blocked him. So I thought the referee was coming over to book their player for stop my promising attack, and then he put out the red card, and obviously Lewis was off. So at that stage, I didn't really know what had happened, and then I was just hoping that we could obviously set up in a sort of suitable formation with 10 men and keep them at bay and hopefully nick a goal.
It almost worked. I appreciate you haven't seen it again. I haven't either, but some are suggesting that he might have swung a punch at the player. If he's done that, then presumably you wouldn't be particularly happy with him.
No, I'm not happy at all, no. And he'll be punished.
Yeah, and of course the ramifications go beyond today, because if it is the playoffs, that's a 3-match ban. He woun't be able to play in the playoff semi-finals.
Yeah, but that'll get taken care of. That'll be an internal matter for the club to deal with, and I'll be speaking to Lewis and dealing with that.
It is looking like the playoffs now, though, isn't it? I know there's another game to be played on Monday which could decide things, but are you just about now resigned to the fact that it's going to be the agony of the playoffs?
I think the fact that we didn't win the game today, you know, and I think that's where all the sort of disappointment comes from, is the fact that we managed to get ourselves ahead against the odds, and then we didn't hold on, which is extremely frustrating, considering how hard we worked.